Hello all, so freaking Saturday morning, how you doing? Alright, now this is a video about atheists who so-called see the light or have followed the evidence. Here's what I say to you. You didn't follow shit. You didn't do anything. If you were really making some sort of intellectual investment or some true investigation, under no circumstance would you become a theist. You would not become a Quran bumping Muslim, nor would you become a Bible thumping Christian, or anything else in between. You'd make no fucking sense. Now maybe at some point, in complete disbelief, after searching back and researching things, I mean, so much, you're reading so much and taking so much in, and as we go back and back, as we collect more data on things, okay, but it gets to a point where it just stops. There's gaps somewhere, and apparently instead of trying to either add to it or investigate for yourself to maybe add on to the knowledge, or to make some sort of investment or a contribution, you just quit. You say, screw it, I don't get it, and it's all know what it's starting to look like. It looked like, there go God. That's what it is. That's what it is. That's what that's what the evidence led you, or it led them. It led them to God. Yeah. Recently, kind of got baited into a comment debate with a so-called former atheist who turned theist Christian. That makes no sense. He said that's what it took to branch together his knowledge to make it all click about the cosmos and how we get here, using silly things like fine-tuning and the arguments of William Lane Craig, which are fairly fucking stupid. They're so stupid. All of it's stupid. Most of them are the 5 arguments for it, for God, or even they're just for God. They're not even for His God. If anything, he's using deism. He's explained deism, just like as from where I first heard this, just like Christopher Hitchens himself said, he's made a case for deism, which is another reason why this boggles my mind, how they're actually this one person, they're not the only one. They fell into this and for some reason decided to be a Christian based on those 4 arguments about the cosmos and about how the universe seems to be fine-tuned. They say even if something changed at the slightest decimal point, none of us or anything would have been here. Well, it could have been just a fine-tuned an accident that ended up well, depending on what your perspective of what's a good thing and what's a bad thing, or whatever. I mean, that's only a little bit of guesswork, but it doesn't have to be a deity, and it sure as hell didn't have to be the Christian one. If anything, I would think that would lead you back to deism, because that's what that argument justifies and makes sense out of. And then we get to this dumbass one about morality, which for anyone who studies anything in ethics and anthropology, you would just look at the world around us as we go from country to country, continent to continent. Cultures and social norms and laws freaking change. They're different. Apparently morality is subjective. And a lot of times it's always up in the air, up for grabs, up for argument. Just as everything else is, up for critique and up for argument to make it better. Because according to what evidence stands now, we're all we have. Meaning as in like human beings, with us and us only, that's all we got. Like if you were dying on the side of the road, the closest thing to a savior you got is a passerby. Who's probably like a guy or gal who has a certain amount of empathy or sympathy for you and decides to stop and help you or call for help or do something. That sort of thing. But it's not really, I mean, the whole thing, theism doesn't even explain that. It doesn't do anything for that. It's just silly to try to input a personal God into something that created the entire cosmos and not being able to truly justify it. And a lot of things for what of deism, it makes sense only on a possibility, in the possibility stage, only in the possibility stage. None of it is actually something that's proven to be that. The reason why everything is fine-tuned. Well, it's not even, the first part, they're not even really all arguments. A lot of it's just certain stuff about the universe and about certain things, our planet and such, that he tries to use and say that it was miraculous that we even came and sprung into existence. Yeah, what the fuck ever about that one. So from this, I see maybe leading back to deism, but how you become a Christian from that, from being persuaded by those arguments makes little to no sense to me, which is probably what motivated me to make this video, out of pure frustration and a little bit of confusion. After reading and listening to his argument, it's stupid, just like every other religious argument, especially those trying to be in the favor of the Abrahamic faith. They always turn out, they flop. I don't get how anyone does that. You know what? Well, it seems like, I'm going to put it right now. Someone's being guided by their emotions. That's all it was. That's what I'm accounting it to. I mean, it's still up for anyone. You see this and you were once an atheist, or you're once on the fence and now you're a theist, and you say that explains the cosmos, or this is better, or that's that, and this is that, and this is so. You go for it. You give your explanation. But here's what I think happened. I'm pretty sure that the atheist, agnostic, or even a deist that goes to theism, more than likely, probably just needed a quick fix for the questions of where do I come from and why am I here. Now, for where we come from, we still have evolution itself, but then it's like, why did they evolve us to this point? What evolved us to this point, and how did that happen? What went down here, and so many things just I guess boggled their mind, and now they're back under the shackles of religious faith. I honestly can't. I weep on the inside for these people. Yeah, I just want your voice and opinion on that matter. How it's really confusing and frustrating for me to think that some idiotic Christian apologist justifies freaking deism, right? He justifies freaking deism, and in turn, atheists, I'm pretty sure weak atheists, very weak atheists, or just not even really have to do with atheists or anything, or on the fence, anybody, just someone who's freaking stupid. I'm going to put it out there. You're stupid. That's stupid. You're stupid. Someone who's stupid fell for it and for some reason decided to become a Christian, when this person Justified deism. Oh, this is making my head hurt. Alright. Till next time. Ugh. Why?